welcome back to the Southern Snack, where life is too short to be serious. All right, we got 5 cookies that I know that can make for a long review, so we're going to go ahead and try and get through this. Again, if you're not a big fan of the long reviews, I do have shorts, TikToks, Reels. They come out throughout the day, so if you can't stand to watch me go on and on, you got those options. But I try and keep it short, try and keep it straightforward. So, very intriguing lineup, very exciting lineup. One of the most exciting lineups of the year. I can't say it's one of the best lineups yet, but it's leading towards that, because we already know that cheesecake cookies are good. We already know that cookies and cream milkshake is elite. Monster being the least exciting cookie of the bunch is super exciting to say, because Monster is still a very solid cookie, with the peanut butter and the oats and the M&M'S and the chocolate chunks. It's just an exciting flavor, in my opinion, that gets drowned out by the fact that we've got brown sugar cinnamon Pop-Tart. Everybody loves that Pop-Tart. And we've got guava cake. Now, I hope it doesn't have too much cream cheese. I really do. Now, guava cakes do use cream cheese, but you know how Crumbl is with cream cheese. They like more than a splash. They like to dive into it. And so that's my big concern on that one. But that will be the first one we try, and we're going to get to it. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say this. So I haven't used my cookie cutter in weeks, and you know, I got some people I talked to that will probably start begging me for a cookie cutter now that I said that. But I'll get to my point in just a sec. Sorry. All over the place, ain't I? But a cookie, you know, I don't use it, and the reason why is, even the metal one, I just have issues trying to get into these chilled cookies, and it feels like it's time consuming. So I know I'm crazy, but what I think would be cool and dangerous, but cool, is if they did one that was actually like sharp. Not sold in stores, you know, maybe like sold it online or something, but sharp like a knife. Because this knife right here, this thing cuts so well, I accidentally cut my finger the other day on it. It's clean now, but it cuts so well, and it's just no issues at all. These cookie cutters, you gotta really work hard. I don't have to work hard with that thing. But no, that's not a knife advertisement. I don't even know what brand it is, but it was good. It was very good. So anyways, guava cake. Look at that thing. My concern again is the cream cheese. They didn't put a lot of icing on this thing. That's another concern I have, but you know, we're going to give it a try. I want to get where we got a good amount of pink here. All right, so let's go ahead and get our piece. And another concern is that the base there's nothing special to the base, and there's an inside look. It's all about that icing. Guava cake is actually pink, and I think it has guava in the base. So a lot of people are excited about this one for sure, but my concerns, I hope they're not valid, but here we go. Okay, the guava's there. You can definitely taste it. But that tang of the cream cheese, it's just too much cream cheese. Way too much cream cheese. For the most part, this really just tastes like an original base cookie with cream cheese on it, with a twist of guava. That is very disappointing. I would, if anyone out here in the 757 has ever made guava cake or makes guava cake or can point me in the direction to guava cake, I'd love to know, because that just tastes like your average, and it's not overbearingly sweet. Maybe that's the guava and the vanilla, but that tasted like your average. Honestly, it was a less sweet birthday cake cookie. That's really what I'm getting. There's hints of guava, but it's a big disappointment for me. It still tastes fine, but I'm gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna be straightforward. I had my reservations. I had hope, you know, after we had caramel pumpkin and the caramel flavor actually, you know, was tried and true rather than being overridden by cream cheese. That one's just not working for me. Now this one This one has cream cheese glaze too, but you know, it's not like, usually their glazes aren't too bad. So, you know, I'm hopeful on this one, but I'm not, you know, we won't jump the gun on what we think yet. So, filling looks okay. We got a little bit, not too much, but just went ahead and broke that in half to give you a good look, because people, when they see the filled one, they want to see the inside there. And so I understand it, I get it, you want to see it and I want to show it. So I'm taking a bigger piece than usual, but it looks consistently filled. So I'm hopeful that this one's actually pretty good with all the flavor going into it. And let's try it out. You know, it reminds me a lot of the cinnamon glaze. It's a more moist cookie, I would say. You know, it's definitely not like a snickerdoodle. But, you know, it's quite good. It does remind me of, you know, the brown sugar Pop-Tart. I can definitely see a lot of people falling in love with this one too. It's enjoyable, it's flavorful, it's dense. It's got a good mix of brown sugar and cinnamon. It's probably not like, it's not top tier to me, but I think it's solid. I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. It hits the spot. It's got a good amount of filling, and it's got good flavor. So 8 out of 10 for me. Moving on to one of my favorite cookies and cream milkshake. Love this one, and they really blessed me up here. So that icing is supposed to be a little bit more white, you know, less cookies and the cream, but the more Oreo the better, always. So let's go ahead and cut a piece of this. Oh, I'm having a hard time cutting this with my knife. That's how dense these cookies are. I'm only getting a small piece. I'll probably eat more later. But this one's one you definitely want to see the inside of, because it's got Oreos mixed in the base too. So, always. You never think it could get better when you've already had perfection with it. But that got better. That had even more Oreo flavor to it. And that's just a refreshing amount of that buttercream. This is what cookies and cream is supposed to be. Anyone that makes a cookies and cream cookie that's warm and just has Oreo pieces and vanilla cookie pieces, they ain't doing it right. And Crumbl has one. Insomnia Cookie has one. It ain't right. Cookies and cream milkshake is the perfect cookies and cream cookie. No doubt. All right, so moving on. And that's a 10. Did I say that already? No. Okay. New York cheesecake. This is basically their excuse to make a cheesecake cookie without any fruit puree. And it's still very solid. They always do a good job on their cheesecake cookie. I'm always happy to have it back. But I do want to continue to explore more cheesecake options. And y'all might be like, well, bro, cheesecake is cream cheese. I'm like, yeah, but like, it's different. It's not taking a guava cake cookie and putting very little guava and mostly cream cheese. You know what I mean? All right, folks, as you can see, it's graham. There's nothing inside. Okay. It's simple, it's straightforward, it's to the point. The buttery graham base, delicious. The cream cheese, vanilla icing, delicious. They pair together. They're meant to pair together. Is it a 10? No. I mean, it's too simple. But how delicious it is, I give it 8.5. Anytime you top it off with salted caramel or strawberry or raspberry, blueberry, that's going to knock it up to like a 9 or a 10, always. But on its own, it stands well. It stands well, and I really always find a way to enjoy it. So, finally, Monster. Back a little sooner than, well, I would have hoped to see it during Halloween, but, you know, we don't always get what we want, right? So, I forgot to address something earlier in the video, but we'll address it in a minute here after I wrap this up. So, there's a good look, I guess. Got some M&M'S, some salt, some oats, some peanut butter. Let's go ahead. It's not hitting as hard today. It's having a good sweet and salty mix. But today I'm just looking at it. The ceiling's not like super high. The floor's not low. The ceiling's not high. It's definitely better than guava cake. But I think the rest of them are just better. I think the rest of them are just better than this one. I don't know. It's kind of basic. Kind of basic. I'm going to give it a 7. It's good. Like, it's a good mix of sweet and salty, but there's just not a lot to it. It's not got a lot of ground to stand on it. And I know in the past I've probably given it a higher rating, but the more I eat it, it's, you know, it's just a chocolate chip cookie with some steroids thrown in, right? But my last thing to kind of address is I went to JMU, James Madison University, and they've got a football game coming up this weekend in Utah State, the Aggies. Have you heard of them? I haven't. Oh wait, yes I have. So Sawyer Hemsley, one of the co-founders of Crumbl, one of the more known of the two founders, between him and Jason, he went to Utah State. So very interesting week that JMU's going to Utah State to play them in football. Really hope we get the win, but we'll see. But yeah, I don't know if Sawyer will see this, but Sawyer, my Dukes are a good football team. We're coming. We're going to fight hard. And I don't know what Utah State's got planned, but I'm sure they got a good game plan. I'm sure they got a few more talented recruits than us. I mean, they've been in the FBS longer, so they ought to at this point. But anyways, looks like a good week coming up. It's a rainy day. Rainy day yesterday. But yeah, so speaking of Utah State, just one more thing. Homecoming's coming up soon for them, and I looked at the lineups. Why they're not doing Aggie Blue Mint? They're doing a mint cookie. Sorry, Crumbl, if this bothers me. It bothers you telling them. Bothers you, me telling them, which y'all are them. But they have a mint cookie, I won't say. I mean, you can look up the spoilers. But it's not Aggie Blue Mint. Why? Why? If I was an alum of a school and I had homecoming coming up on the weekend of, like, I guess it's like the first weekend of October, my first thing I would do is I'm putting Aggie Blue Mint on the lineup. No doubt. No doubt. And I don't think they're doing mystery cookie that week either. I'm not sure, but I would have just I would have done it. I don't know why they didn't do it, but some of the decisions make me scratch my head. But that's just me. We're having a good day. It's a good lineup. Guava cake disappointed, but I know a lot of y'all are gonna buy it anyways. So up to you. Make your own decisions. As for me, I'm out.